This podcast is brought to you by Contessa Digital.
Have you ever seen the movie Mean Girls? Well, there is a new Mean Girl movement happening online right now, and it may be affecting your ability to be in a great relationship. And I think it's time we talk about it. So, welcome to Confidently Cherished. Happy May, happy Mental Health Awareness Month. And my name is Keisha Rice. I am a dating coach and hypnotherapist. I help women learn how to heal from unhealthy patterns and then go on to attract healthy, loving, satisfying relationships. And it is in this idea of healing from unhealthy patterns that I wanted to talk to you about this movement towards leveling up. So, I remember when Sierra came out with the song Level Up a few years ago, thinking that it was a cute song, thinking that it was catchy. And I didn't realize at the time that that would become the new catchphrase, right? So that along with high value men and high value women and all of these things, soft life, that have taken over Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. And I want to say, I am not opposed to the concept of leveling up. Let me be clear about that. Our entire lives should be one big level up, right? We should work hard to have a better life than our parents, than, the generation before us. We should, spend our lives endeavoring to, again, heal from unhealthy generational patterns, to break generational curses, to leave something better to the next generation. And yes, that includes people who don't have children. Even if you don't have children of your own, there's so much that you can do to make the world a better place for the people who come after you. I believe in leveling up because, especially now as a woman in my 30s, my peace and my stability are everything. So anything that allows me to have more peace in my life, I am all for. And a large part of that is this idea of leveling up, learning how to set boundaries, raising your standards, ending relationships, romantic relationships, friendships, sometimes cutting off family members, ending relationships that don't serve you and actively bring you down, right? I am all for leveling up in your appearance. This is something that I am personally working on for me because I want to look better because it makes me feel better. It doesn't have to be for anyone else. But I also know that if I feel better, if I am more confident, then I do know that more opportunities will open up for me because people will see that. And it's not even necessarily people see that I took the time to start getting facials regularly so that, my skin is clear, right? They see that because my skin is clear, I am more confident presenting myself out in the world. So again, the whole idea basically of leveling up is something that I agree with. Here's what I don't agree with. I don't agree with this whole movement being used to shame women. So I spend a fair amount of time in online communities. And I try to get a feel for what you are thinking, what you are going through, right? So I spend time in online communities on Facebook, Reddit, Instagram, what have you, seeing, what are the things that women are talking about as far as what are their issues with dating? What issues are you having with setting boundaries? What issues are you having in your other relationships with family members, with coworkers? Because yes, I have my own personal experiences that inform my coaching. And yes, I am certified as a coach. So, I was trained to handle certain situations, but I always want to hear a variety of thought. And I have noticed more and more often that women will go on to say Reddit for advice. They will ask questions such as, hey, I'm on this journey trying to level up, and I met this guy, and then the post will go on to describe some screwed up stuff that this man has done. And, after you've been through a certain level of healing, a certain level of life experience, yeah, it's kind of clear that this is a messed up situation that this woman is in and that she should leave the relationship. However, when women are truly healed and comfortable with themselves, they see this situation and they answer with kindness, with compassion. They understand that the woman who is writing in maybe doesn't have a lot of life experience and she's ignorant. Or she comes from a family full of women who have tolerated bad behavior. And because this generational curse hasn't been broken, she herself also tolerates bad behavior. So again, they, and sometimes I, try to respond with compassion, like, hey, I understand that you don't know this, but when a man does these things, he is making it clear that he's not interested in you. Or when a man does these things are abuse. A man doesn't have to hit you for it to be considered abuse. And, you try to break that down and explain it. Too often, though, I see so many comments that are, you're just stupid. Or, are you kidding me? This is laughable. Why are you putting up with this? Why are you still staying in this situation? You're so dumb. Why do we have to waste time with all these women's dumb questions? And as women, we should be lifting each other up. And I don't mean that in a hokey way. I mean that truly, thanks to the patriarchy, the odds are not with us. And there's strength in numbers. So lifting each other up is a matter of survival. This is the case in any group that is a minority. As a Black woman, I do my best to support other Black people because there's strength in that solidarity. And instead of this lifting each other up, I see so much of women tearing each other down. And if you are constantly tearing other women down, you are not leveling up the way that you think you are. Like, yes, you may have learned a few lessons. You may have gotten your heart broken a couple of times and wised up from that. But a truly leveled up woman is gracious and kind and patient. There's a way of correcting someone and helping them learn. Excuse me for the language, but without being a bitch. There's a way to do that, right? There's no need for us to tear another person down. Another person, man or woman. There's no need for us to tear a person down for the sake of, quote unquote, correcting them. And I am seeing this online so much. The whole soft life movement. And again, as a Black woman, the concept of, being a brown girl or a Black girl and luxury. Those are beautiful things when applied correctly. Too often, I see it being used to, again, judge other women, to judge women for how they make money. Oh, why are you still working a 9 to 5? If you were really leveled up, or if you were really about that life, or you really wanted to be in your soft girl era, then, you would start your own business. Or why are you in a relationship with a man who the two of you are 50-50? If you were really leveled up, then you expect him to pay all the bills. And, a quick note on that one. You should be allowed to do what makes you happy, and your standards should be yours. So, I can tell you just from the experience of my clients, I have clients who want to be the boss. That is their dream. They always saw their husbands as being the stay-at-home partner, and they brought home all the money and the husband takes care of the kids. And I have some clients who are living that. They have married men who are the stay-at-home partners. I have clients who make good money, and they expect it to find a partner who also makes good money. And they split bills because they wanted a certain lifestyle. If you have two people, I can think of a particular client of mine who got married last year. If you have two people who both of them make 6-figure salaries, then you can live pretty lavishly like that. And, I also have clients who are more traditional and believe that the man should pay all of the bills, or the lion's share of the bills. And if that is what you want, then that is what you want. It is not a matter of shaming someone for wanting something differently than you. But I do always tell my clients that you have to be clear on what you want, and you have to be willing to express that. If you want to be in a marriage where the man pays the majority of the bills, and he tells you from the beginning that he's a 50-50 kind of guy, then it's a mismatch and it's not going to work. So there's nothing wrong with him saying that, but you also shouldn't force it. You need to find someone whose values are in alignment with yours, right? But again, I see a lot of these things online that should be good things. Women should be doing the work to be their best selves, mentally, physically, emotionally, all of that. I am a sponsor for, or not, I'm a sponsor for, I'm an affiliate for BetterHelp. The therapy platform sponsors me, and actually is a sponsor for this podcast. So I will make sure that you have my link to join BetterHelp and get a discount. I'll make sure that's in the show notes. But, it's a therapy platform. And I believe that everyone should go to therapy, right? I believe that everyone should get coaching. And coaching and therapy are completely different things. So, side note, send me a DM on social media. I'm at Keisha Rice. If you'd like me to do an episode on the differences between therapy and coaching, you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. So just let me know. But yes, everyone should take care of themselves. Again, mentally, physically, emotionally, etc. Everyone should work to improve their lives. We should all pursue being paid what we're worth, whether that's in a 9-to-5 job or as a business owner. But again, too often what I see on social media is a crabs in a barrel mentality, that instead of us lifting each other up, or even just being neutral and staying out of it, instead of those things happening, it's used to shame other women and accuse them of not being as leveled up as you because you know how to be a witch with a capital B, right? Because you know how to be judgmental. That needs to stop. If you are one of the women who is doing that, you need to examine yourself and why you feel the need to tear other people down who are just out here doing their best. And if you have seen the same type of posts that I have seen on social media, and it has you feeling down about yourself, it has you feeling like you're not doing this right, it has you feeling as maybe less than, I want you to know that your journey is yours. And we don't all grow and progress at the same time. We don't all have the same amount of things to heal from. And sometimes it may take you a little longer to reach certain places in life than other people. Now, you should totally get support in that. Again, therapy, coaching, counseling, because that support can help you get so much further, so much faster. At the same time, please do not let women who spend all day on social media pretending they have it all to make you feel like you're less than. One, if these women truly had it all, they would not have the time. They would not have the time to constantly be on social media slamming other people. You will never be criticized by someone who's doing more than you. Because the people who are doing more than you, A, don't have time, and B, they understand the hard work it takes to get to a certain level. So they would not discount and diminish someone who is truly trying to make their lives better. Know that the desires of your heart, you deserve to have them. Now, getting those desires is probably going to take some effort, some time. Again, you may need some support, but you still deserve to have them. You just need to be willing to make that commitment. And it is also okay to do what you need to do for the sake of your mental health. And that includes on social media, getting rid of any platforms that being on that platform is no longer serving you. That includes muting people, unfollowing people who trigger you. It could be taking a break, but whatever you need to do to preserve your mental health, to beat the temptation for comparisonitis, to stop the thinking that you aren't good enough because you don't have the same look as the latest, IG baddie or whatever. Do that thing. Do those things. I want you to know that I love you and I see you. If you're listening to me, I know you have some sort of commitment to self-help, to improving yourself and being better. And I wish you the very best on that journey. Don't let people who are miserable tear you down. So I will talk to you soon. As always, let me know what you think of this episode. Again, I'm at Keisha Rice, KESHIARICE, on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And have a good day, or night, or morning, whatever time you're listening to this. And know that if you really want it to, it can get so much better. Love you. Bye. Hey there. So you made it all the way to the end of the episode, which means I have two things to say. One, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. And two, you like me. You really like me. So I would appreciate it if you would show that like by subscribing to this podcast so that more people can hear about it and enjoy it as much as you do. And if you want to know more about any of the links that I mentioned on this episode or any guests that I've had, be sure to go to KeishaRice.com/links. That's KESHIARICE.com/links. I can't wait to talk to you again in the next episode. So see you then.